intelligence that some people are even going to go to Brekete radio.
Hello everyone, welcome once again to Think Tank TV. Now, Brekete Family TV, that is renowned as a person who brings up human rights matters in his office, has been called upon by the National Assembly headed by Godswill Akpabio. Now, I'd like you to sit back and listen to what Godswill Akpabio said about Brekete TV that has sparked reactions on the internet. Do well to drop your own thoughts in the comment section. Let's get to know what you think about the words of Godswill Akpabio, who is the Senate President of Nigeria, and we shall continually be here to serve you.
That anybody who has served for 35 years or has attained the age of 60 should forget office. Sometimes you are afraid to enforce it. But that's what you should do. You should enforce it. And so you will see people coming to me to say, oh, so-so person extended his tenure by so-so number of months. There was even one that they said stayed almost a year, and they had to get police to lock the office. And then others are saying we must have extension of 5 years. By all means, after all, they have extended for judges and professors of universities. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. So that kind of derailed their vision and brought unnecessary politics into the system, because you now have the PASA, Parliamentary Staff Association of Nigeria, being divided into two: those who support tenure elongation and those who do not support tenure elongation, and so they make them to fight. Yes. In fact, recently we got intelligence that some people are even going to go to what do they call it, the Brekete radio. Brekete radio. Yeah, there's no Nigeria has not established human rights radio. If it's going to be established, it will be established by law or by the executive. Nothing like that. We have Federal Radio Corporation of Nigeria. We don't have human rights radio. Every media house has the right to propagate issues of human rights. So some said they want to take the leadership of National Assembly, the Speaker, the Senate President, to Brekete radio because they have not done A, B, C, D, E. So I believe that unnecessary politicization of the tenors of your staff due to the action and inaction of the National Assembly Service Commission. Because if you were firm and applied the provisions of the Act to the letter, nobody would dare stay 1 hour longer. I am aware that sometimes you give people letters to go on terminal leave, and you even say they should hand over to you, and they say they ignore you, and you don't do anything about it. You continue as if it doesn't matter. It does matter, because when indiscipline is allowed to creep into the system, it means the system cannot function well. But if you were constantly robbing minds in presiding officers, we will tell you, leave that to us. While we have offices of Sergeant Adams, if any member of the Senate or the House of Reps today were to be suspended for one misconduct or the other, by the time he gets to his office, there's a Sergeant Adams waiting. Am I right? Yes, sir. To ensure that it vacates the National Assembly. The environment. And he's not allowed to come within the environment until the period of suspension is over, or until the Parliament recalls the person. But in the case of staff, you issue a letter and say proceed on terminal leave. The person will say, I'm not going on any terminal leave. And will even prevent the person that should take over from entering the office and sit down and be signing checks and doing all sorts of things. Only meeting and then staying there. And then the person will send message, I will stay here until the last minute of my work, or until the last minute of my annual, working on a daily basis, preventing the person that should take over from taking over. I don't know whether you understand.
Yes, sir.
That's what I'm saying. So how does the commission respond to that? You respond to it by either keeping quiet or by telling the person to say, don't be angry that we sent you a letter. We are sorry. Continue in your office.
So, guys, let's take a look at what some Nigerians has reacted to this. We have Steve who said, very much appreciated. Most of the radio on air personalities have turned to be judges. Their opinions are final on every matter. And Wari said, you don't contest in the primary election, yet you are now a Senate president. He who comes to equity must come with clean hands. Wariz also said, how do you become a senator in this present dispensation? And Sunday said, this man is not helping matters. Emmanuel responded by saying, I don't see anything to suggest Brekete was humbled. They couldn't bring themselves to establish a human rights radio with the magnitude of their sins. Brekete has done more to address and right wrongs in our society than the National Assembly. Okoro said the IG tenure has expired and he's still there. We have Pastor Adeshina who said this guy is killing constitution. And Nature's Pharmacy said human rights radio is legit. It can't be established without Corporate Affairs Commission certificate and the NBC approval. What is he talking about? And we said, I can't waste my time listening to this Akpabio. On a no day listing, waiting they come out of his mouth like zombie. Chinwemba said, this is why I hated civil service employment. It does not allow someone to think creatively. He believes no matter what, he will receive salary and then receive pension afterwards. Raput said, ha ha ha, them don't use each other and dumpo when they needed that illiterate that called himself people's president on human rights president to fight Simon Ekpa, he was relevant. Victor said, Akpabio is one of our biggest mistake leaders in this country, and he should be stopped by 2027. Ifeanyi said, Akpabio, try represent your tribe by dressing on Ibibio or Anang dressing and not dressing on Babariga always. And Ewo said, he spoke in Akwa Ibom language, I suppose. And Sisako said, how disciplined are you? Mr. What money cannot do, more money will do it. Good message from a wrong messenger. And Vincent said, my godfather from my grandpa has spoken will. God's Senator God's will. So these are some of the current reactions. Let me just take one of them before we call it a quit. We have another one that came from Dofa who said, imagine Senate president is not educated, make him go school now. And finally, Idurian said, discipline and professionalism should be enforced across board to curb all acts of indiscipline in our system.